Qualcomm Snapdragon X Elite X1E80100 CPU gets Geekbenched. Last October, Qualcomm introduced Snapdragon X Elite as its most powerful computing processor for PC, but the ARM-based mobile solution is still months away from launch, officially mid-2024. Company leadership has indicated that their custom Orin CPU for the thin and light notebook market could be hitting retail at the same time as Microsoft's heavily rumored Windows 12 inches inauguration. Several PC news outlets have picked up on a mysterious Qualcomm ZHWXX platform appearing on Geekbench browser. The February 22 entrant seems to be a prototype notebook that sports a Snapdragon X Elite X1E80100 Qualcomm Orin CPU, and 32GB of LPDDR5X memory. There are no next-generation operating system revelations here. The system was running a 64-bit install of Windows 11 Insider Preview. Overall Geekbench 6.2.2 tallies are 2,574, single-core, and 12,562, multi-core, positioning the 12-core Snapdragon X Elite engineering sample just above AMD's Ryzen 9 7940HS top-end mobility-focused Phoenix APU in terms of performance. Geekbench browser's CPU information section identifies the alleged high-end Snapdragon X Elite processor as a ARM-8, 64-bit, Family 8 Model 1 Revision 201 inches part. Average clock speeds were listed as 4.01 GHz, base frequency. Cluster 1 seems to contain 8 NVIDIA-designed Orin processor cores, while Cluster 2 receives the remaining 4 units. According to FTC, the top Qualcomm Snapdragon X Elite CPU will come in 12-core configurations with a total of 8 high-performance and 4 efficiency-optimized cores based on TSMC's 4nm process node. The clock speeds for the chip will be set at 4.3 GHz across 1-2 cores and 3.8 GHz for all-core while adopting a large 42 MB cache. The publication highlighted an October 2023 set of results. They reckon that X1E80100 is closer to being the final article, when compared to the older, previously benched candidate. A leaked trademark Wildlife Extreme benchmark, from the same time period, indicated that the Snapdragon X Elite's integrated graphics solution was already capable of besting Team Red's Radeon 780 MIPU. QFT has compiled the latest results into comparison charts, look just above. Accompanying analysis stated, Qualcomm Snapdragon X Elite 12-core CPU was faster than both AMD and Intel chips in single-core performance, despite the latter two running at much higher clock speeds of 5.2 and 5.0 GHz respectively. The Snapdragon chip can only maintain a maximum clock speed of 4 GHz across 1 or 2 cores. All benchmarks were conducted on the same Windows platform and didn't use Linux platforms, although you can find Linux tests shared by BenchLeaks here. When comparing the multi-core performance, the Intel Core i7-12700K desktop CPU ends up 4% faster, while the AMD Ryzen 9 7845HX CPU ends up 5% faster. This is a very impressive multi-thread performance from the Orin CPU architecture at just 28W, and the 80W chip can easily outperform the two competitors. Based on the performance results, we can see that the chip sits in a good position against the other competing chips from AMD and Intel. The Intel Core Ultra 9185H takes a lead in the multi-threaded benchmarks, while the Ryzen 9 7940HS, which is essentially the same spec as the 8840HS, is slightly behind, but that's to be expected since it's an 8-core chip versus the 12-core Snapdragon and 16-core Intel offering.